Here for today's Trader Rundown, Todd, Bubba, Horwitz here to talk about what's going on in the market, and still not much action happening here.
32 days, 1% move.
You're still counting.
As a trader, you have to count, because as a trader, it becomes a very arduous, torturous task, because there isn't much to do without order flow and without market movement. It's hard to make money as a trader. As an investor, I'm usually more happier during these times because there is not a lot of volatility. However, I think you're going to see things pick up. Now, they could pick up tomorrow with Jacksonville, Wyoming.
GDP's coming out.
I think GDP is already priced in. You know what? GDP, the number itself, is no longer as important now as what the future growth might be. I think that more importantly here, we've had Lockhart and Dudley and Fisher all indicate that they'd like to see interest rates rise. We'll see what Janet Yellen says tomorrow in Jackson Hole. I think she's going to counter them, because I don't think they want to raise before the election. They should be raising, but I don't think they will. But that would be the one catalyst. But remember, we're in the heart of summer. We are running into Labor Day, which is next week. It's going to be quiet, and I haven't seen it this quiet in such a long time. The biggest concern you should be looking for is the way that the volatility of the VIX index is stretching away from the indexes. It's getting very wide, and it's getting very scary. Even if you're a bearer, why isn't it breaking yet? So you have to just watch these things. But overall, the markets are very quiet, so it's nice just to sit back on your positions and wait and kind of watch and observe right now.
Well, then you can have no fear. Then there's no worry. It doesn't matter what the VIX is doing.
That's right.
Keeping with
if you're investing,
keeping on course, all is well. I want to
agree.
talk about a stock that's getting some mention this week. It's this big news about EpiPen, and we're going to be talking about it later on in the show. But what do you think about the stock? Mylan, yes.
Well, I'm not a big fan that they gave each other raises and they raised the prices. However, it is the free market system, and the only way to stop the free market system is to not buy it, and or somebody else should come up with a competitive item that would say, hey, you have to bring your prices down. Now, obviously, unfortunately, in this particular case, it brings in a lot of damage. Children who need them in schools. I would say, if it was my company, I'd say, okay, I'm going to give them to the schools for free because they need them. And when you have little kids involved, they're too innocent to know what's going on, and because of the peanut allergies, which is the biggest use for those pens. But overall, in the free market system, that's it. That's price discovery. If you don't want to buy it, use the old solution. I get it, and I'm with it, but from a company standpoint and a business standpoint, I think they're doing the okay thing. I would like to see them donate a little heavier to schools, because I think you got to take care of the children as well.
What about the stock? Would you buy the stock?
I think the stock is a great buy. I think it's a good company. It's come off about 4 or 5% since the initial highs, but they make nothing but money. And why wouldn't I want to be in a company that really has the shareholders in their best interest? I mean, you buy a stock because they have your interest in heart, and by raising their prices, it creates more profit. So at the end of the day, that's really how it looks.
You are a true capitalist.
I am.
Thanks for coming on the show.
My pleasure.